If you don't do anything else today, you need to do this. This is a call to action. You need to prepare this number one prep, and you can easily do it today, so stick around. Around 70% of the Earth's surface is covered in water. Out of all the available water, 96.5% is salt water in the oceans. That means there is only 3.5% of fresh water on the planet. Now that sounds a little concerning, but it gets worse. The remaining fresh water can be found in the air, on the surface, or in the ground. It's in the form of vapor, ice caps, glaciers, permanent snow, lakes, rivers, swamps, moisture in the soil, and aquifers. Of that precious life-saving water, only about 1% is easily accessible. So out of all the water that is above the earth, on the surface, or in the ground, 8 billion people have access to only 1%. And fresh water does not mean clean, safe drinking water. It simply means it's not salt water. To make the water potable or safe to drink, raw, untreated water is withdrawn from either a surface water supply, such as a lake or stream, or from underground aquifers. The water either flows or is pumped into a central treatment facility. The treated water is then pumped into distribution systems, which typically consist of a network of pipes and interconnected with storage locations, such as reservoirs. As it is withdrawn from the source, surface water is usually screened to remove large debris from entering a treatment plant. Once there, it's screened and screened again. Eventually, all solid contaminants are removed, and the water is then treated with various chemicals to kill the bacteria that live in it. Now, once the water is deemed safe, it flows into a network of complex piping and pump stations where it eventually makes its way into your home. Anywhere along this route, the flow of water can be disrupted or contaminated. How often have you heard of communities receiving boil water notices, or maybe you have experienced a water outage for a short time? The key here is that these disruptions, although inconvenient, usually only last a couple of hours. So there's no real panic. Whatever the cause, someone somewhere will be working on the solution to get clean water flowing again quickly. But what if? What if they don't? What if they can't? What if the next cyber attack is directly on your water treatment plant or indirectly on your power grid that supplies electricity to your water plant? What if the water is shut down for 5 days, like the recent attacks on our oil pipeline? What if you had to go 5 days or 5 weeks without running water? What would you do? What is your plan right now if your water supply goes down today? Do you have access to clean water in your home? Do you have access to a fresh water source? And do you have what is necessary to properly filter and treat the water to make it safe to drink? You can expect within hours or within the first day that grocery stores, shopping clubs, and even convenience stores will be sold out of bottled water. This is why everyone, everywhere, should have a supply of clean water stored in their homes. The amount you store is dependent upon your needs, your ability to conserve, and how many people will be relying on it. Remember the rule of 3. A person can only survive about 3 minutes without air, 3 days without water, and 3 weeks without food. Assuming there will be air to breathe, and if not, nothing else is going to matter anyway, water becomes the number one prep above all other preps. Whenever there's been a crisis, people would stock up for days or even weeks on food. They would stock up on self-defense supplies and tools. Now, I'm not allowed to say the G word on this channel, but you know what I'm talking about. So they'd stock up on these items, and they may go grab 1 or 2 cases of water. So they would have food for weeks, but only a couple of days' supply of water. If a family of 4 needed water for a week, that would be 4 gallons per day, or 28 gallons of stored water. Very few people have enough water for their needs in a crisis. So your number one prep should be water. Determine your needs and set a goal to get enough water stored as soon as you can. The fastest way to get started with water storage is to start buying gallon jugs of water each time you go to the grocery store. Or pick up a couple of cases of water from your favorite shopping club warehouse. Or if you can't get there or can't afford it, use clean, food-grade containers and fill them at home. Lastly, if you do have access to fresh water source, you could get a water purification system such as the ones I have linked in the description below. I'll be doing another video on those soon. So just as a reminder, if you subscribe now to my channel, you will get notified when those videos are released so you won't miss them. When you store water, it should be in an airtight, food-grade container, stored in a dark and cool place. Bacteria needs air, light, and heat to grow. So you need to eliminate the air, the light, and the heat as much as possible. Water that you store this way should be rotated about every 6 months to ensure it remains safe, fresh, and clean. Optionally, you can buy water storage containers and even bulk tanks. Then, with an EPA-registered water treatment, you can store the water for up to 5 years before needing to rotate it. I'll post links below for a couple of the recommended water storage solutions, and a video will be out on those very soon. I hope you understand the urgency to store water at home. I encourage each of you to act upon this call and get water prepared as soon as you can. Hey, if you like this video, please give me those thumbs up. And if you have questions, leave it in the comment section below. I'm also going to post a couple other videos right here so that you can continue learning how you can better prepare to survive. If you click on those links, I'm going to see you over there on the other side. Thanks for watching.